So Minecraft has been a game that's been around for a very long time now, and Minecraft has become one of the most popular games like on the face of the planet, and Minecraft is definitely one of the best games ever made, and I can definitely, you know, tell you guys a bunch of reasons as to why this is one of the best games that's, ever been made, at least one of. I know the title says it's the best. God, a little bit of clickbait, but it's okay. You know, just just had to do it, for the video. But, to a lot of people, Minecraft may very well be one of the best games they've ever played, right? Like, absolutely. And, you know, I can definitely understand why they would say Minecraft is one of the best games they've ever played because, for the type of game that Minecraft is, I feel like there's no other game like it. Sure, there are a lot of other survival games and a bunch of people that try to clone Minecraft, but none of those games are just as successful as Minecraft, and there's a reason why. There's many reasons why Minecraft is just so successful, and what made it successful before also, compared to now, I guess, shows why it was a lot more successful back then and why so many clone games just did not succeed. And I feel like the reason why Minecraft succeeded so well is, compared to other games, even though they tried to clone it, is the fact that it's the aesthetic of the game. And how back then, Minecraft looked very retro, and that this kind of style, you know, like aesthetic that it had really made it stand out and made it, super successful. And I guess nowadays, the textures are all different now in the modern versions of the game, and sure, like those are, they can look a lot nicer to a lot of people. Me personally, I don't like the new textures, but I could definitely say these new textures make, a lot of builds a lot nicer, and, the whole thing about Minecraft that makes it so much, more popular than to a lot of other, survival games is the fact that you're able to be very creative and building things, with the new textures, things can look a lot nicer. Obviously the different styles of building with the old textures and the new textures are very different, but at least you can tell at the end of the day that it's Minecraft. And, Minecraft as a whole, the fact that it's a sandbox game, you can be creative and build whatever you want is what's made it so popular. And the fact that, Minecraft nowadays, I mean, there's so many blocks that you can build a lot of crazy stuff. Like, people have built some insane things, and, you know, even with the older textures, people have created some crazy things and built a lot of crazy structures over the years, and, it's just kind of crazy because Minecraft at its core is all about the creativity in the building. Even though, yes, you got your survival mode, but at the end of the day, people can play through survival mode. You can stock up on food and make farms and get animals, whatever. You can get a lot of food very quickly and very easily. So it's like not really that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, people definitely like think Minecraft survival is so easy, which I mean, the cool part about, survival mode is that, like, yeah, it's super easy, it allows you to be creative, but if you want to really focus on survival, you know and kind of make survival the main focus of the gameplay as a whole, a lot of people tend to fix that issue by just adding mods. And, adding mods on PC and all that, very popular. People love to add mods to Minecraft, so it adds more replayability and, a lot more to do, which also adds to the reason why Minecraft is one of the best games ever made. The fact that you can add mods and just have pretty much infinite replayability is insane. Like being able to mod stuff really adds a lot of replayability and makes things refreshing all the time. Because yes, some people can play Minecraft and be like, yeah, I'm kind of bored of it, I don't want to really play. But then they realize that, they can add mods and they can completely change the game. And once they do that, they feel very refreshed and they feel very happy with the game again because obviously, it's refreshing to be able to do something, different and have it all play differently because of mods. Mods really add a whole other layer to Minecraft. And I feel like it just also adds more to the fact that, Minecraft is a great game. And the fact that mods can really, change it up enough where people will never get bored of Minecraft. Like, I still love, the vanilla version of Minecraft, don't get me wrong. But whenever I get the chance, man, I always play, modded. I always play modded. I'll play with my friends. We play modded Minecraft. Like, we always have. And, I don't think that'll ever change. So, with that being said, like that's all like a whole other reason why Minecraft is just one of the greatest games ever. They have a huge community of modders, and to the fact that you can pretty much like make Minecraft like a completely different game through mods is insane. And it's honestly one of the best things ever because, you know, obviously you can always, switch things up. You can play with mods or you don't have to. You can play vanilla. It's really up to you. You have the option, and I think that's what makes it so nice and why, a lot of people are like really happy with Minecraft because a lot of people, when you see people play Java nowadays, I mean, how many people do you really see play like vanilla, right? Like the only people that I can really think of, or the only person I can think of that plays vanilla Minecraft is like Dan TDM because he's doing like a Forever World type of thing, something like that. But for the most part, if you're looking at like videos and gameplay, of Minecraft on Java, it's always modded, all modded. So, which is pretty awesome. So people get to have a more unique experience here on PC. Pretty great. And also another thing that makes it so great is, I mean, yes, Java, may be the better version, and it's a lot better, a lot more enjoyable, and so much more you can do with it. But unfortunately, it is only on PC. Now, the good thing is we have Bedrock. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Bedrock, but it's still the more popular version over Java. Like, more people play Bedrock than Java because most players around the world play on console. Some do play Bedrock on PC, but it's mainly on console, right? People around the world, play Minecraft on their phones, and well, the Bedrock version of Minecraft's on the phone. So, obviously with that being said, most people will be playing the Bedrock version, and the cool part about that version is, well, crossplay. Everyone can play together. And I like how Minecraft is such a great game for multiplayer. Like, yeah, single player, amazing game for single player. But I love how amazing it works. Like, it works so well for multiplayer and playing with your friends. And the fact that you can survive together, build things together, I mean, that's like the best thing ever. It's like to me, like it's like being able to get, hang out with someone and you're like, "Oh, let's build a bunch of stuff with like some Legos, And you guys just build what you want, but it's basically like that, but you play online on a video game. And it's pretty cool. But of course I haven't talked too much about Minecraft, I guess core. Well, I have talked about its core gameplay, but just overall, like, the game is honestly just really enjoyable, very relaxing to play, very easy to play in survival. Like, I know there's other survival games where it's like, oh, you gotta make sure you gotta drink water, you gotta eat food, you know. There's other, like, games that have specifically where it's like, oh, you gotta entertain yourself or your character will get bored, might go crazy, you know what I'm saying? Or your character can get cold, or too hot, you gotta worry about all this other stuff. But Minecraft, you don't have to worry about that at all. But of course, you can still add those like factors in if you mess around with some mods. But vanilla Minecraft though, I mean, you don't got to worry about all that. Like when it comes to survival, really, you just got to make sure your health is good and your hunger is good, and that's it. That's all you really got to do. You got to get a sword. You fight mobs. New versions, you can have a shield. Makes it super easy to survive. I mean, come on, Minecraft has become a lot easier now too. So it's like, it's very accessible to a lot of people, and that's also another reason why it's so much better and why it's a really good game is that the fact that it's so accessible to pretty much everyone is insane. Like, it's one of those easy survival games you could ever get into. And there's just all the other factors about the game, just the design as a whole, the mobs, the music, just everything about this game is just so good, and I'm honestly really glad that I've been playing, this game for a very long time now. I'm really glad I've been here to play all this and, just really be able to be here and make content, right? Like, this game is something very special, has a very special place in my heart, because, I mean, I grew up playing this game as a kid, and so many people did too, and the fact that so many of us have been growing up, and this game has been around for so long, and the fact that it still gains new players and new audiences also proves why this is also one of the best games ever, because how many games do you really, like, see that have stuck around for a while and tend to gain new audience members? Not many, especially, a game that keeps, changing and evolving and getting new audience members and still manage to stay a good game. Not many, because I know a lot of people can be like, oh yeah, but Call of Duty, gains new players all the time because it releases all the time, and it also has been made, to be easier for new players or bad players, and like, I mean, that's right, but over like course of the past couple years, Call of Duty has now gotten to the worst state it's ever been. The game is terrible now, and it's actually dying now. Even the casuals don't even like it. So you know what I'm saying? Like that further proves why this game is just so good. Because I mean, so many people are still just getting into this thing, and like there are many people playing these new updates. Like, what was the latest update? The one with the ghast? Like, there's probably some like little kid that's like, probably got a Nintendo Switch. The parents are like, hey, try this game out, like trying to introduce them to video games and, the Ghast update, the Happy Ghast. This update, I guess it's the current one, is probably some kid's first ever, like, version of Minecraft he's ever played, you know? And he'll probably grow up playing Minecraft for a long time. Like, it's just, this game is very special. And there's just a lot about this game. It's just really hard to truly explain as to why this game is just so captivating, so enjoyable, so addicting. And I guess the only explanation I can really like come up with as to why it's, all of those things and, all those things being why this game is so great is the fact that the game is simple. The simplicity factor of Minecraft as a whole really kind of is a major reason why so many people love it. And I can absolutely agree, because if you look at gaming nowadays, or even gaming as a whole, I mean, you'll see a lot of the more simple games tend to get super popular. I mean, look at Super Mario Brothers. That one's a very big franchise even to this day. Call of Duty has been relevant for a long time. Guitar Hero is pretty relevant until they, ran that franchise into the ground. Fortnite, was huge. I mean, yes, it's not its peak anymore, but it was huge because it was so simple. And also, when Fortnite came out, the whole concept of a battle royale, like has already been around for a while, but how Fortnite did it was very different. And adding building, was a new kind of gimmick that kind of changed everything, right? So just to, like obviously very simple game. You got your regular, 100 players. You got your storm building. It's very simple back then. Now you got all this other crazy stuff going on. I don't play Fortnite anymore though, because of that reason. It's just a lot of stuff going on. I don't even care about it. It's not even fun anymore. Also sweats, but I think also, I guess, talking about sweats, I mean, I guess another reason what makes Minecraft so popular is the fact that it's not an online game where you're fighting against people. It can be, though. The fact that you have the option is really cool, but obviously people are super sweaty in those online modes. But, I think the nice thing about Minecraft is if you're playing, your regular Minecraft world, you're not doing any PvP or anything, I mean, you can just relax. You don't have to worry about any sweats. You don't have to stress out because, you're just getting demolished by these super tryhards. You can just play this game casually. You can go dig around, mine, build, and just have a good time. It's pretty nice. But, yeah. Those are a lot of reasons as to why this is one of the best, video games ever made. But, yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video, though, you guys. If you guys made this far into the video, I hope all of you guys enjoyed, and thank you all for listening to me, letting you all know why Minecraft is one of the greatest games ever made, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, guys.